on, everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave, and tonight I'm going to be talking about the entire first season of the newest addition to the boys universe, Gen V. Before I get into it, I remind you guys, go ahead and hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. And make sure you check out our previous reviews if you want to see our thoughts on the on the latest Trolls movie. We got to see it early, and I did a review earlier with my babies. If you don't know who my babies are, just make sure to check out the other video. Just don't be a weirdo. Anyway, so Gen V. This is the I guess you could say second spinoff of the boys, because the first one was Diabolical, which was the animated series, which has some moments of canon events. I'd say canon events. I thought about Spider-Man. It has things that are canon to the series, and other things that are just more standalone, more experimental. It was like a little animated anthology of sorts, so that was very interesting. It also won I believe, an Emmy, if I'm not mistaken. So, and The Boys, if you don't know, is the critically acclaimed series about a group of I guess you could say rogue vigilantes, I guess if you want to say that, who are pretty much trying to find a way to stop superheroes in a world where superheroes are controlled by a company that's just selfish, and the heroes are just as selfish. Superpower people are just selfish assholes who do for themselves and just pretty much do whatever they want. A company named Vault always covers for them, and then the series just follows Huey and a character named Huey and a couple of other characters as they try to, like I said earlier, find a way to take down superheroes for good. The show has 3 seasons already, and the highly anticipated 4th season is set to be released next year, I do believe. But for now, we have the spinoff Gen V, which focuses on college-age superheroes who are, hold on, let me read the official synopsis for y'all, because everything I'm saying is going to make sense anyway. But okay, so the lives of hormonal competitive superheroes as they put their physical, sexual, and moral boundaries to the test. Okay, that's a little vague there, but it follows a group of 4 or 5, I think it's 5 of them, follows a group of college-age students who are going to this college to learn how to be superheroes, to be able. Some of them have dreams of being in the 7, which is the big superhero team in the boys universe. Some of them have dreams of just doing something else with their powers, just being able to, I don't know, maybe be medics or being famous, and different types of stuff. So in the midst of all that, we follow our main character, played by Jazz Sinclair, named Marie Moreau. And when she was younger, she ended up causing a tragedy in her family. I don't know if I want to tell y'all what that is. That could be considered a spoiler. But she caused a tragedy in her family, which then places her out of home and separates her from her sister. So most of her goal is to be able to be a part of the 7, and so that she can find a way to reconnect with her sister, who she has not seen since the day of the incident. So Marie gets accepted to school, where she meets a whole bunch of different people there. She makes a lot of friends, enemies, but mostly friends. The main friend that she makes is her roommate is named Emma, played by Lizzie Broadway. Emma has a power where she can shrink down, but under certain conditions. And again, not going to spoil that, but it is very interesting the route she has to go in order to shrink. You have a character named Kate, played by Maddie Phillips, whose ability is she's able to touch you and then pretty much do mind control. She can tell you exactly what she wants you to do, and you will do it. Which, of course, if you're a fan of the boys, you know that there are gruesome implications to that. And if you're not, there are gruesome implications to that. Like this show in the boys universe, it always takes things far in the gruesome and in the slightly inappropriate feel. It's not even slightly inappropriate at that point. Dealing with the boys is very inappropriate. You have a character named Luke, who's like the star student of the school. He's like the big he's like the big cheese, if you will. He's played by Patrick Schwarzenegger. He has a very interesting role in this. There's Derek Liu, who plays a character named Jordan Lee, who's pretty much a character who can change between a boy and a girl. And the boy version of him has certain powers, and the boy version of them has certain powers, and the girl version of them has certain powers. My teeth just start hurting. You have Chance Perdomo, who plays Andre Anderson, whose father is a superhero and one of the sponsors for the school. He has an ability where he can bend metal and control. He's like Magneto almost. And then you have a character named Sam, played by Asa German, who I'm not going to tell you too much about him at all, actually, because I think it's just best you see what this character is capable of and who exactly he is. So this entire first season, like I said, it just follows Marie as a chain of events transpires that leads her on a path to discover a conspiracy that is being not just her and the other characters I mentioned, to uncover a conspiracy excuse me, about the school that is being covered up by, you guessed it, Vault Industries. And there are a couple of cameos from characters in the main series of The Boys. One of which is that bitch Ashley. I don't know her actress's name, but I'd rather not familiarize myself with that, because I just know that she plays the character that bitch Ashley, and I hate that hoe. But I'll save more of my hatred for when I talk about The Boys. But just real quick, if you don't know who I'm talking about, she is like the big PR person for Vault Industries. Like, anything shady goes on with Vault, she can cover that shit up, but she does so like, and she's such a bitch when she does it. She's just a bitch. Like, that's really just the word. I'm sorry, I hate to use that word like that, or so willy-nilly, but that's her character. If you watch the show, the main show, The Boys, you know exactly who I'm talking about. You know exactly why I say she's such a bitch. But she's a part of this show. And the girl, the main girl, so her power, she's practically a bloodbender. She can control and manipulate her blood, other people's blood. And she has a very interesting connection to one of the characters from the main series, The Boys. Again, won't spoil that. There's a lot of things spoiler worthy in this show, especially if you're a fan of The Boys. There's a lot of connections. Not a lot of connections. There's a few good connections to the main series. In terms of where this takes place on the timeline, this takes place, from what I read, this is actually like it's not that far removed from what happened at the end of season 3. And you kind of do see that throughout the series too. Like, they talk about how Homelander had to be on trial for what he did at the end of season 3. Not going to spoil that, because again, if you have not watched The Boys, or if you jumped out of The Boys, I think now is the perfect time to refamiliarize yourself with this entire universe, because I can say one thing: the way that this season of Gen V, the first season, the way this season ends, it sets up season 4 perfectly. And from what I'm to hear, season 4 is going to pick up directly after the events of this here season of Gen V. So there's going to be there is continuity to be had. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to go out and say I don't think you would have to have ended up seeing Gen V in order to fully understand what's going on in The Boys season 4. I'm saying that obviously without having seen season 4 of The Boys, but I think the way that things are seeming to be connected, it would help to know just a little something. But I have no doubt that they'll probably give like a little recap in the main series, just for those people who didn't watch Gen V, or weren't motivated to do so. it'll give them that story and it'll kind of boost up, what's going on in Gen V. Like, oh wow, let me go look at this show, something like that. So I don't know why I just explained it like that, but so yeah, I was talking about Marie having powers, and I kind of just skipped all over the place. But yeah, Marie's power, she's like a bloodbender. She has she's the main character, the main focus of the story. And again, this is just her journey of trying to be the number one hero and just try to do what she can to get her life together so that she can. Her big crutch is being able to talk to her sister again, reunite with her sister, so that she can show her sister she's not this monster that caused this incident when she was younger. Like, she's trying to show her she can be trusted. She is a good person and that she doesn't have any malicious intent or things like that. So it's a very heartwarming story in that regard. Heartwarming might be a little strong of a word, but it's definitely that. It's very interesting. To have things told from that point of view. This show does not stop short of having those really effed up, messed up, crazy things to look at that The Boys has. I guess if anything, I would say, and I mean, I don't know, I saw this criticism somewhere, but I kind of really don't see it for myself that much. People have said that there's like this element of CW in there for most of the time, just because it's that quote unquote young adult drama and shit. I didn't really see that. Yeah, in my opinion, I didn't really see that. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, there were moments where it kind of moved just a little slow, but at the same time, it has that same effect that you would get from watching The Boys. Like, it just feels like you're watching an additional season of The Boys, just without, the main characters that we come to know and love in the main series. Let me see, what else can I say about this? Because it's really, like I said, it's not hard to talk about this without spoiling it at all. But I just want y'all to go in and get the best experience, because there are some things that happen in the show that you're gonna be like, wow, ooh, oh my goodness, especially that last episode. That last episode was it's like if the first episode did a good job of setting up and every other episode in between was good, that last episode did a good job of really just like getting you excited, because I didn't even know that was the season finale until it was over. And I looked it up. I was like, wow, like, I wonder what's going to happen next week, or if there's how many more episodes are left. Now I found out that was the last episode. So, of the season rather. But yeah, definitely a really good show. Great addition to the Boys universe, like I said already. I mean, it's a fun watch. It's a very worthy, it's a very worthy part. I really can't think about what else I could say that I haven't already said. I mean, everything is going to be a variation of it's great. You should watch it. I don't really have that many setbacks for it. Like, there's really nothing that makes me like, I mean, the gratuitous gratuity. I don't know if that makes sense, but like, the things that The Boys does, it still does here. You know what I'm saying? You got your excess violence, a little bit of your excess sexual things. You see those types of things here. So it's not, and it doesn't really, how can I put it? It doesn't overstay its welcome with certain things. It definitely keeps the story moving at a really good pace. Yeah, like I said, it's good. It's really good. You guys should check it out. If you haven't already, it's on Amazon Prime. If you don't have that, definitely find a way to get it. It's really cool. I know Sam used to always say, if you have any type of government assistance, like food stamps or anything, that you could be eligible to get Prime for free. So definitely still looking to that. That still may just very well be a thing. Critically, this has 97% on Rotten Tomatoes and 7.9 out of 10 on IMDb. Me personally, I give it a solid 4 out of 5 stars. Like I said, it is good. It's a very fun show to watch. I was very excited
by a lot of every episode has a good cliffhanger too. Honestly and truthfully, like every episode is just like, oh man, how they gonna resolve that one? What's gonna happen next? Like, oh man, like, oh, I wonder what's gonna be the next thing. Like, they're very good cliffhangers. You know what I'm saying? Every episode ends, and it's like it, especially since you can now binge the entire season. You're like, oh, let's get to this next episode. Skip credits. So yeah, it's a very good show. Like I said, 4 out of 5 stars. I really do enjoy watching it. It is very fun, and I cannot wait for the next season of this. I cannot wait for the next season of The Boys. I can't wait to see what comes next out of this universe. But that's all I have for you guys. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. Did you enjoy this first season? Have you seen it yet? If you haven't seen it, and you have like certain expectations. What were those? What were those expectations? And if you watch this review right after you watch Gen V, did your expectations get met? I don't know. Let me know anything you thought about this show down in the comments down below. Leave a like. Come on, because I work hard for these reviews. I do this thing. Follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I gotta start saying X, but I don't want to say X, so I'm gonna say Twitter, Twitch, and yeah, that's where you can find us. So all that said, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you do all those things I mentioned before. And until next time, be easy, stay breezy. Peace.